Hey there everybody, and welcome back to Sasquatch Speaks. This is Sasquatch, otherwise known as Gavisas, welcoming you all once again to this dark little corner of the internet, which is oh so affectionately referred to as our own. On today's episode, I just have one little story to share with you all, harkening back to my days in business college, trying to get my degree, and we'll talk about that some other time, and how I think of my degree and everything else like that. So, we'll move on from there, and we'll launch into today. Specifically, there came not one, but many times in which a similar circumstance happened, but this particular one stands out among all the rest as perhaps the most egregious of them all. You may all be able to determine from my use of verbiage or descriptors, adjectives, all those lovely things that I learned back when I was in grade school that I don't quite remember accurately now, that this is not particularly a positive story. To wit, in, I believe it was my second year of college, I was there for a couple, there was an assignment handed down at the beginning of the semester for our final paper, and it was told all the lovely little things that we had to do for it, and all the research, and how long it had to be, and all those lovely little things. And being the too smart for my own good most of the time person that I am, I ignored it. Quite deliberately and honestly. It was not a malicious thought at all, or meant to harm myself. I'm not a masochist, folks. Put that out of your head. But ignored it nonetheless, I did. And so, came time for it to be due. And I do mean it came time. The day of, I awoke promptly at about 11. Well, no, it was a little earlier than that because I realized all that I had to do. I woke at about 9 in the morning. My class was at 7. And the total amount of work which I had put into this paper, the paper which would count for a total of about 1/3 of my grade, and would determine whether or not I passed that class, and in fact the semester as a whole, because the college I went to worked a little bit weirdly like that. Whether or not I passed that class, I had done a total of no work on that paper whatsoever. So promptly upon waking from my slumber, and coming to myself and realizing the incredibly short period of time I had to not only prepare, but to write, study for, collect sources for, of course, because in college there's a minimum number of sources you had to have. I believe I had to have 10 sources and 10 pages of text. 12-point font, all that lovely stuff, making sure that you are putting in all the requisite work. I had 10 hours for 10 pages of content. Now, I'm going to spoil the end. I did complete it. I did. I completed all 10 pages. I got all of my 10 sources in 10 hours. I even made it to class on time somehow. So I actually did this in less than 10 hours, come to think of it, because, I have to wake up and use the restroom, run to the bathroom, and eat something, perhaps, and drive out to the college, so a little less than 10 hours. I'm impressing myself, even. So in a little less than 10 hours, I collected 10 sources, wrote 10 pages of text, turned in my paper on time, and got an A. Now, when stuff like that happens, there is an unfortunate thing that happens in the mind of the perpetrator. Yes, I was procrastinating. I did the wrong thing. I should have taken the 3 months prior, which I had, to write out all of those lovely little things, collect all those sources, and compile all my 10 pages into a cohesive paper. But no, I waited until the very last day and entered into the flight of the bumblebees hyperactive mode in order to complete it. And complete it I did, as I said, and I got a good grade. In fact, I got one of the highest grades in that class. Not trying to brag or anything, just building up for the big reveal. Which is, when you do the wrong thing, and you're rewarded like you did the right thing, it incentivizes you to do the wrong thing again. Which is where I am right now. I am currently in a Bible college, which I have 4 papers due this Friday. I have no more time to speak to you all because I must continue writing them, and so I'm going to upload this while I continue to write all of the many papers, and maybe or maybe not read the books that they told me to have done last week. But that's another story, so yes, hope you all have enjoyed. If you did enjoy, like button down below, we very much appreciate it. If you have also found yourself the victim of procrastination, and you're actually like me and you're putting the pro in procrastination, please tell me down below all about that. If not, if you're one of those super organized people who does everything the very first week, well then first of all, screw you! And second of all, please leave a dislike rating down below telling me basically the same thing because, you just don't like my kind of personality. Anyway, I thank you all for watching. Once again, I will see you all next time, hopefully with more of my paper done and actually more time to say things. So yes, I do hope you enjoyed it, and goodbye.